Is it time to panic about the LA Dodgers? What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Bad for Baseball, the baddest baseball podcast on the internet, presented to you by Betway. I'm Adam Peddle, joined alongside by Nicholas Paleolog. The Dodgers, we talked about them on Monday. We got to talk about them again, and more so because they got swept back-to-back series, this time against the Milwaukee Brewers. They've lost 6 in a row, and things are starting to get a little panicky over there in LA because this is the longest losing streak they've had since 2019. We're going to get into what exactly is going wrong with these Dodgers, and is it time to panic and what they could do to solve it. Before we get to it, hit that like button and subscribe to Bad for Baseball. Kind of crazy, Nick. The LA Dodgers, the kind of, I guess, the best team in baseball, the champions of last year, the team that everyone wants to aspire to be, is human after all.
Yeah, they are definitely struggling. Now, they are still first in all of the National League right now, 56 wins. That's the cream of the crop. But, yeah, they have not been playing their best brand of baseball over the past little bit of a stretch here. The last 6 games, they have not been putting up runs. That offense has just been going cold, man. Like, you look at that Astros series, they put up a total of 6 runs there, a couple games with only 1, and then this series against the Brewers, even less than that, 4 total runs. And
or 6 runs. Oh, yeah, 4 runs. You're right.
4 total runs, man.
10 runs in 6 games.
Yeah, it's not a good look there. And again, I know like Astros got good pitching and Milwaukee's got good pitching, but these are some of the teams that you're going to be going up against in the playoffs. And if you want to be a repeat champion, then you're going to need to put up more than 2 or 1 run a game. So honestly, I think like the best news for Dodgers fans right now is the fact that the All-Star break is only 1 series away, because this team clearly needs a reset.
They do, but again, not before they face the Giants, who are right on their tail. I mean, they're 5 games back, so maybe right on their tail is an over-exaggeration, but they're still there, and they're going to be at San Francisco, so they gotta hope they don't lose a little bit more ground. But you're right, that break is going to be well warranted. They can go to the All-Star. That's the thing. Are they going to get much of a break though? Because I got a lot of guys go to the All-Star game.
You got to hope that it's a mental reset, because again, like you look at that lineup and every single one of them is the most capable. Okay, like the name value is through the roof, and the season-long OPS from all these guys is typically pretty good. Mookie Betts actually is having he's struggling this year. I was kind of surprised to see that he was only out a 701 OPS and batting 246. Still, though, hasn't hurt them because he's sandwiched between Freeman and Ohtani, and Will Smith might just be the most underrated player in all of baseball
Best batting
this year.
average in the NL. That's crazy.
Like, genuinely insane stuff right there. I mean, Cal Raleigh deserves all of his flowers. Will Smith is that same guy over there in the National League. But when we look at like the last little stretch, this offense, it has not been nearly this good, and they're all going cold. Even Ohtani, 167th in the last 7 days. Like, that's not Shohei.
Yeah, I mean, Mookie's the best player in the last 7 days for this team, and I think that's why you're seeing this losing streak, everybody, is because this LA Dodgers team obviously is built off the power of that offense. When you look at what they're ranked in terms of the total season, they're first in runs scored, second in home runs, 6th in batting average, 2nd in on base, 2nd in OPS. Obviously, that is the powerhouse of their team. And when they go cold, this team is not the same, because you look at that starting pitching staff, you look at the relief pitchers. Starting pitchers, 20th in ERA and 24th in relief pitching ERA. So once they're out of the picture, they're going to lose a lot of games, so they really can't afford the offense to go cold. Now, granted, they haven't gotten cold very often. This easily could just be a blip in the season, and that's where I think I'm predicting here. This is just a blip. Freeman's great. Will Smith's great. Ohtani's great. Hernandez was injured this week. He'll be back. They're going to click, and they're going to be fine.
That's why I think that they're getting the All-Star break at the perfect time, because I do think that it's just like a little bit of a mental reset is needed here. Like, these guys have been at the top for so long, and, there's obviously, like, there comes to a little bit of a fatigue there, or a little bit of a complacency. And I don't want to say that they're getting complacent, because, again, we are talking about some of the best, but, you're seeing a little bit of the fatigue of that 162-game season go on right now with this LA Dodgers lineup. And I think that also this does go to show that this team, whilst it is still very, very good, it could use some extra pitching help, right? Like, there's going to be a time frame where this offense does go cold. You're seeing it happen right now. But if that was to happen in the playoffs, Well, you just got swept out. You literally just got swept out of the wild card. You just got swept out of the divisional series or what have you. So this Dodgers team, they need to go out at the deadline, and they have to go and they have to address this pitching staff, because when that offense does go cold, in the very small handful of times that it will over the course of a season, you want to be able to have your pitching staff pick you up.
Yeah,
and they haven't been able to do that this season.
No, not especially not in the last 6 days, right? And they did just get Tyler Glasnow back. That's great. Yamamoto's good. Kershaw just with his 3,000th K. Shout out to you. Congratulations. Dustin May's been better recently. I mean, hell, they even got Shohei Ohtani as an opener in this rotation. So the rotation's starting to come back and be healthy, but we know they have a long history of being injured, so you can never rely on that. But if you look at literally last year, they really relied on that bullpen, especially in the playoffs. And that bullpen, it's not terrible. Like, I mean, you look up and down here, you look at Tanner Scott and Kirby Yates and Alex Viesa and Anthony Bonda. These aren't guys that are sinking your team, but like, as you know, you look at the WAR, they're just, between that 0 and 1 WAR mark. No one's really excelling. And I feel like at this deadline, the Dodgers are going to go crazy. They're going to be the Dodgers. I mean, hell, they literally DFA guys preseason that anybody would love to have a starting pitcher on their staff. So they got, a surplus of talent. They're going to do the same thing they did last year and make big trades like they did with Tanner Scott.
Yeah, 100%. If you could scroll up just very quickly, I love about, keep going, Fangraphs, they have like all of their prospects and then the overall rankings.
Yeah.
And as you can see, like there is a plethora of them in that top 100 right there,
Yep.
There's like 8 or 7 or 8 guys right there that like any MLB team would love to add into their system. One individual who would absolutely require maybe even a couple of those top prospects would be Johan Duran over there on the Minnesota Twins. Now, I'm not sure if the Twins are going to want to part with him, because we are talking about somebody who's not going to be a free agent until 2028. And we are also talking about somebody who honestly could be one of, if not the best closer in all of baseball. This guy has a career ERA of 2.39. That's an insane season, let alone career. And this year, he's doing even better than that. 1.5 ERA, 41.1 innings pitched. He's only got 14 saves because Minnesota just hasn't been in a lot of save opportunities this season. But obviously, over there on the LA Dodgers, he would immediately come in and immediately be that guy, helping anchor that bullpen down and closing out the rest of the game.
Yeah, I agreed. And another guy, too, this guy's name and tossed around a bunch is Emmanuel Clase on the Guardians. They're not as good as a team as they were before. Yeah, he's not having his best season, right? But you could still trade for this guy and expect that he will be great, overall for your team. He's got a 3.12 ERA with 19 saves and a whip of 1.289. So obviously not the best, but the career stuff is obviously there. I feel like the Dodgers, with that prospect capital, they're going to dangle that over all these other teams. Say, hey, look, we just need to get your top guy. We'll give you what you want, and you could part ways with this dude. We'll take him, and you'll be very happy. Because if you get a couple of top prospects back for these dudes, these are one of the best closers in the games. I would take it if I were these teams.
Well, and I do think that they're going to warrant that because, again, Clase, he's a free agent in 2027, so you'd have him for a whole other year. And Duran, you got this guy for 2 more seasons after that, and he's doing what he's doing right now. I mean, that immediately is going to be, that could be even, your number 2 overall or even something on top of that. The fact that the Dodgers still have as stacked of a farm system as they do with the current roster just goes to show that, money talks, because obviously, a lot of the guys that they have on their team right now, they have bought, they have paid for, and they haven't had to give up prospects to acquire them. But they are at a spot right now where Ohtani's not going to be getting any younger. Freeman's getting up there in age, right? Mookie Betts, he's starting to age as well. Teo, there's so many guys. Clayton Kershaw, there's so many individuals that are getting up there in age. And I don't want to say that the window's closing for them because they still have Ohtani for a long time. And, it's the Dodgers, so they're going to be able to turn over that roster eventually just because money talks. But this current window of Freeman and Mookie and all of these individuals, it is on the latter half, I would say, of its lifeline. So if you do really want to be a back-to-back champion, then giving up 1 or 2 or maybe even several of those top prospects might be the way to do it, and going out and getting some bullpen arms and maybe a starter too.
I think when you build your roster and pay all the money that you have for all your players, I think every year you need to be going all in if you're the LA Dodgers, because you're right. At any point, it could fall apart with these guys at any single moment, right? So you want to go all in and cash in. And I think also, too, it's not just one guy they need to go get. They're going to get a bunch of guys.
Yeah,
they're
going to
get even the starting pitching market. If they really want to go and add some depth there, they could go do it. The starting pitching market is super deep, and it's super cheap because there's so many guys out there. So I think they're going to go make some moves and expect them to be very heavy at the deadline. And if you expect that to happen, then you're probably going to guess that they're going to stay first in the National League and they could probably win it. If you want to make a bet on that, then hit your picks and knock it out of the park with Betway. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the details section to join the action. Only available in Ontario and must be 19 years or older. Please play responsibly. It's 2.1 times your money if you pick the Dodgers to win the National League and go to the World Series to represent
2.1 times your money. Oh, so to make it
to the World Series.
Wow. Okay, I was thinking.
Isn't that crazy?
I was thinking it was 2.1 times your money to win their division, but obviously that wouldn't make sense.
No.
That would be a smash if that was the case. But wow, 2.1 times to go all the way.
Much.
No, I mean, to be completely honest, like I would not be taking that if I was you guys, because I'm looking at Milwaukee, who did just sweep them, and Milwaukee will most likely be a playoff team.
That's
not saying
all it takes.
That's the thing, right? Like it takes literally 1 week of time where another good team, because you're going to be up against good teams. Mets are good, Milwaukee's good, Cubs are good, Philly's good. Those are 4 or 5 teams right there that are like, hey, like if they're on a heater at the right time and they do catch this Dodgers lineup struggling a little bit, I mean, then a couple lucky bounces, a couple missed calls here and there, and that's knocked out. So I don't think I would take that, but if you really believe in them, then hop on the Betway.
Hop on the Betway, guys. Thank you so much for listening. All, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below about those LA Dodgers. Please hit that like and that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.
Cheers.